Hello again and welcome back. Class 267, can you believe it? We are advancing at the speed of light, my friend. You are making so much progress, so much it's not even funny. You're making so much progress. Se dice hace mucho en inglés, tan que ni es divertido. It's a frase hecha. You're making so much progress that it's not funny. But in any case, let's continue with still, yet, already, anymore. And you say, my God, Richard, I'm up to here with still, yet, already, anymore. Remember, people don't learn languages. People absorb languages. Se hace con un idioma, no se aprende. Uno se hace con un idioma. Uno puede aprender cómo se conjuga el verbo to be. Okay, fine. But you gain agility and spontaneity and mastery. It penetrates through your pores. That's how you learn English. So you need to hear it so many times that it becomes a sixth sense, un sexto sentido. You need to hear still, yet, already, anymore, used in so many different contexts that finally it's just a friend. Four new friends. Hey, I have 4 new friends. Really? Who? Still, yet, already, and anymore. They're your new friends. So let's continue. Pero this time, page 267, we coincide. This is class 267. Not bad. It's a pure coincidence, eh? Pure coincidence. Now, I'm going to go through the sentences here. You have them in your book. If you don't have the books, here's where you can get them. I recommend them, really, because this book and this book, remember, the English language doesn't have an expiration date. No caduca. The irregular verbs don't expire. No caducan. No hay fecha de caducidad para los verbos irregulares. Which means in 20 years, 30 years, your children or your grandchildren can use these books perfectly. So buy them, because if you don't buy them, I don't make any money. Yeah, I give this class for free, which is okay. I don't mind working for free. But I prefer to earn a little bit of money along the way. Del camino, yeah, along the way. But in any case, no, buy the books because these are the best books. With these 3 books, you don't need to buy anything else for the rest of your life for English. Really. With these 3 books, you have everything you need. And it has the audio that goes with it. For these 2, there's audio. So I would recommend you get the books, either for yourself or for future generations, because people in the next generation will need to learn English as well. All right, let's go. We're on page 267 in the middle. All right. ¿Ha empezado ya la clase? Copien lo que yo he dicho, what I said yesterday. Has the class started yet? No, la clase no ha empezado todavía. No, the class hasn't started yet. Fíjate, ya en una frase y todavía en el otro, but in English, yet. ¿Ha empezado ya la clase? Has the class started yet? No, the class hasn't started yet. Sí, la clase ya ha empezado. Yes, the class has already started. Already goes between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. The class has, ya empezado, has already. Fíjate, ya significa already o yet. ¿Ha empezado ya? Has the class started yet? Sí, ya ha empezado. Yes, it has already started. No, no estamos, ¿qué dice aquí? Ya no estamos esperando que empiece. We're not waiting for it to begin yet. We're not waiting for it to start yet. It's a strange sentence. Ya ha empezado el cuadro, pero no lo he terminado todavía. Yes. You see this picture? I drew it myself on a Barghini. Now, I haven't finished yet. Yes. You see, I made a mistake in this picture. Anna has a mole. On this picture, she has a mole right here. It's a mistake because it's over here. So I need to change the mole. Can you see it? Yeah? All right. I need to change the mole to the other cheek. She has two cheeks. Yes. And so I'll change. So I haven't finished this drawing yet. I haven't finished this picture yet. I'm still working on it. All right. So, todavía estoy trabajando en ello. I haven't finished with it yet. More things. Siguen jugando al ajedrez. They're still playing chess. They haven't finished the chess match yet. Remember, a match is between two people. A game is between teams. Although the British say football match, the Americans never. They say football game, soccer game. But we say tennis match, chess match, etc. When you're two people playing. Match means casar. My shirt matches my trousers in color. Yes, to match. For example, Luigi Barghini. Does his tie match his suit? Yeah. He's wearing a gray shirt, a dark suit, and a reddish rojizo tie. And they match. Casan. Hacen juego. Yes, match. Okay. So, they're still playing a chess match, the two people. They haven't finished the match yet. However, they have already started. All right. But they haven't started the second part of the match yet. More things. Todavía eres amigo mío? Are you still a friend of mine? Yes. You're still a friend of mine, are you? You're not a friend of mine anymore? Darling, do you still love me? Of course, darling. Of course I still love you. I've always loved you. No, darling, I'm sorry to tell you. I don't love you anymore. You don't love me anymore. No, I used to love you. I used to love you means antes te quería, te amaba. But I don't love you anymore. Yes, I've already found another man or another woman. I've already found another. Yes, so I'm not interested in you anymore. Yes, but darling, last year you told me that you would love me forever. You said, I will love you forever. Well, that was last year. And now I'm leaving you for good. Goodbye. Forever and for good. Both of these terms in Spanish is para siempre. Te amaré para siempre. Para siempre sentido de hasta la eternidad is forever. Te voy a dejar para siempre means definitivamente. Para siempre sentido de definitivamente is for good, not forever. Never, we don't say for good. Curiosa expresión, por bueno, para bueno, for good. That means it's definitivo. Me voy a ir a España. I'm going to leave Spain. When I finish this program, when I finish the 300 classes, I'm planning to retire and to go back to the States. Really, Richard? For good? Yes, I'm leaving Spain for good. But my God, Richard, 10 years ago, I remember you said, I will stay in Spain forever if possible. Well, that was 10 years ago. Now I've decided to leave Spain for good. Why, Richard? The political situation. Ah, come on. Political situation doesn't matter. Maybe, okay, yeah. Maybe I'll stay in Spain. Maybe I'll stay. I haven't decided yet. I'm still turning the idea over in my head. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still meditating on the possibility. I'm still thinking about it, and I haven't decided yet. I haven't made a decision yet. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm still thinking it over. Thinking it over? You said thinking about it. Oh, well, both are correct. Well, Richard, what's the difference between think about and think over? Don't worry about it. But Richard, I need to know. I need to know when to use think about it with it after about And when do you use think it over with it in the middle? Really? Do you really need to know? I have an idea. What? Use think about. Forget think it over. But I need to know that too. No, you don't. You need to understand it. But you don't need to know the nuance of difference. The what? The nuance. What does nuance mean? Nuance is a French word incorporated 2 centuries ago into English. It means matiz, los matices, the nuances, the nuance. Don't worry about it. But I need to know. No, you don't. You need to understand, think it over. But you don't need to, you can use think about perfectly all the time. Well, there must be a case where you use one or the other. All right, if you insist. To think about is just to turn an idea, you turn it over. You turn it over. I'm turning the book over. I'm turning the book around. Now I'm turning the book over. Now I'm turning the book around. So to turn over is with an omelet. A Spanish omelet, if you turn a Spanish omelet around, it's a waste of time. There's a critical moment making a Spanish omelet when you need to turn it over at just the right moment. Now to turn over ideas in your head, we say to think about. Now to think over is usually 2 things, this or this. I'm thinking it over. Probably in Spanish, for to think about, I would say, estoy pensándolo, pensando en ello o pensándolo, dándole vueltas. But to think it over, diría, lo estoy sopesando. Maybe sopesar. But you don't use sopesar very often. Yo sopeso a diario las cosas. You don't hear it very often. But think it over. Now I remember a friend of mine, many, many years ago, university friend, David Reed. I remember his name, David Reed. Now David Reed was tight-fisted, stingy. Yeah, tight is apretado. Yes, tight. It's very tight. Tight. Now fist is puño de puñetazo. Puño de camisa. Remember from yesterday's cuff. Fist. Fist. Tight, apretado, puño. Tight-fisted. Left-handed, right-handed, open-minded, tight-fisted. Adjetivo, sustantivo adjetivizado, decimos en inglés. Suena bien. Tight-fisted. Tight or tight-fisted or stingy means rácano, roñoso, agarrado. Now, David Reed was a friend of mine in the university. He was very tight-fisted with money. He was very, very careful with money. Once, in downtown Dallas, Texas, a man stopped him with a gun. And he said, "Your money or your life?" And David Reed was standing there and didn't respond. And after about 5 seconds, the man said, "Come on, what's the problem?" "Wait, I'm thinking it over." Okay. In this case, he said thinking it over because it was only 2 decisions, his money or his life. And it was a dilemma for him, which was more important for David Reed. Now, David told me that story. I'm not sure it's true. What do you think? Do you think it's a true story? Think it over. Think it over. So you're asking me what's the difference between think about and think it over. Well, there is a very small nuance of difference. But it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. It shouldn't matter to you. Think about is 99% of the uses in think it over. Think over is 1%. But you need to understand both, okay? But you don't need to use both when you speak. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. No intentes hacer juegos malabares con 16 pelotas a la vez. It's going to be a fiasco. Con 3 puedes impresionar. And with 3 English balls, you can impress, and you can go around the world 10 times and negotiate 10 contracts every time with basic, simple English speaking. Understanding? No. It's different. You need to understand everything. Here, you need to be a perfectionist. Here, no. Perfection is enemy of the good, and it's very true with speaking. Okay. Shall we start? Shall we start with a translation booklet? I'm jumping because I think for the moment we have done enough with still yet already anymore. I haven't done a translation booklet yet today, so let's do one. Page 269.21. What do you think? Do you agree? Shall we do it? Shall we do a translation booklet? Shall. Cuando, lo he repetido muchas veces, cuando busco consenso para hacer algo, en español se usa el presente. ¿Lo hacemos? ¿Hacemos una lista hoy? ¿Hacemos? Estoy usando en castellano el presente, pero el presente en inglés no se puede en este caso concreto. Se dice shall. Shall we do a list? Estoy buscando tu consenso en esto. ¿Nos vamos? Shall we go? Abro una ventana. Shall I open a window? Yes, let's go. Yes, open a window. Shall we do a list? All right. List number 30. This is the easy part for me. And it's the easy part for you too. Are you ready? Let's go. Are you ready for number 1? Shall I start? Shall I start? Yes? Okay, good. Hay una persona para este puesto. Is there a person for this job? Is there a person for this position? Is there a person? Person. No digas person. Los angloparlantes venimos aquí, decimos en español, una persona. Copia como mal pronunciamos en el español. Is there a person for this job? Is there a person for this position? ¿Está cualificado para el puesto? Él. Is he qualified for the job? Qualified. O sea, si reúne las condiciones. Tú no reúnes las condiciones para estar en esta clase, ¿eh? You're not qualified, or you don't qualify for this, for example. ¿Está él cualificado para el puesto? Is he qualified for the job? Is he qualified for the job? Hay una razón para todo. There's a reason for everything. Yes, there's a reason for learning English, and there's a reason for buying the books. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason I'm here. Yes, but some things I simply don't understand. I don't understand the reasons. Why am I here? Why am I here? Well, Richard, you're here to teach English on No, why am I here on this planet? The famous existential question. Why am I? Am I? Fíjate cómo uso la M de am I. Como mi amiga Maya. Am I? Why am I here? Why am I here? I didn't ask permission to come into this world. I didn't stand in a queue all night long waiting for a ticket. Nobody gave me a ticket. I didn't buy a ticket to come into this world. They brought me here, maybe not necessarily against my will, contra mi voluntad. Will significa voluntad. También se usa como testamento. ¿Has preparado tu testamento? Have you prepared your will? Your last will and testament? Will. Así que el futuro, I will go, iré, es yo voluntad ir. Yo voluntad tocar. I will touch the table. Yeah, okay. Will. Yes. Against my will. I didn't necessarily come into this world against my will. That was not the question. My parents brought me into this world without asking permission. So I'm here. Now, dice que hay una razón para todo. There's a reason for everything. Well, maybe not for everything, but I imagine there's a reason, una razón para la mayoría de las cosas. There's a reason for most things. Most things. All right. Algunos anuncios, pero no muchos. Anuncios televisivos, por ejemplo. There's some commercials, but not many. There's some ads. Un anuncio, in prensa o similar, is an ad. The British often say advert. There's an advert in the newspaper. Very interesting. Advert. We say an ad. I saw an ad in the newspaper. An ad. Now, commercial is un anuncio televisivo. Like in Mexico. Ahorita venimos después de los comerciales. All right. Volveremos después de los anuncios. Okay. La publicidad. But we say advertising. Advertising is publicidad pagada. Advertising. Publicity, you don't pay. It comes. It could be good publicity or it could be bad. What you call buena prensa, mala prensa. Publicity, sometimes you can control it with a good public relations manager or communication manager, but you can't control publicity. But you control advertising because you pay. You pay. Algunos anuncios, pero no muchos. There are some ads, but not many, not many. Hay veces en las cuales es necesario. There are times in which it's necessary, and there are times in which it's not necessary. There are times, hay veces, there are times en las que o en las cuales, in which it's necessary. All right, es necesario ahora? Is it necessary? Is it necessary now? Of course it's necessary now. You're in an English class. This is serious. This English class is a serious class. Learning English is a serious initiative. It's a serious endeavor. It's serious business. So yes, it's necessary now. Hay una sola posibilidad. There's only one possibility. There's only one possibility. Really? Yeah, there's only one possibility. What? Hard work. That's the only way. Yes, that's the only way. Los Benedictinos, the Benedictine order, their motto. How do you say lema in English? Motto? Yes, their motto is ora elabora. Yeah, ora sin H. Ora elabora. It means pray, but row, hard work, which means God helps those who help themselves in English. Se dice, Dios ayuda a aquellos que se ayudan a sí mismos. God helps those who help themselves. So yes, I recommend praying. Sometimes maybe it works. But the harder you work, the more likely it is that your prayer will be answered. All right? Yes. So you can pray, please God, give me English. May the English language descend upon me and remain with me always. Amen. And God says, well, study a little bit. And then probably, maybe your prayer, tu oración, will be answered. All right, so, hay solo una posibilidad. There's only one possibility. Te toca a ti. It's your turn. It's your turn. Toca a mí ahora, mover pieza. Is it my turn now? Yeah, it's your turn. Why is it my turn? Well, there are only two players, you and me. So logically, I finished my turn, now it's your turn. Te toca a ti, it's your turn. Agua en el vaso, There's some water in the glass. There's some water, well, there are some pencils in the cup. Now there aren't any pencils in the cup. But Richard, yeah, is there any water in the glass, in the cup? I don't know. Probably not. But Richard, yeah, can you check? Sure, I can check. I'm going to turn the cup over. And if water spills out, then there's some water in the cup. If there isn't any water in the cup, nothing will spill out. Are you ready? Are you ready? Watch. There's no water in the cup. Fíjate, there is no water. There's no water in the cup, or there isn't any water in the cup. Yes. He dicho watch. First, look at me. Look at the cup. Look at the cup. Look at it. Don't look at me. Look at the cup. Okay. Now watch. Remember, the difference between to look at and to watch, I'm putting the pencils back in the cup. The difference. Remember the park. El parque y la mamá y su niño. The mother is sitting on a bench in the park and she's knitting, haciendo punto, knitting, con K mudo al principio, she's knitting. Her little boy is playing in the park, but the mother, from time to time, looks up to check, but she continues knitting, and the little boy goes up the slide, el tobogán, and the mother's knitting. The little boy says, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, look, 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 look." And she looks. When the little boy sees the mother looking, then he changes the verb from look to watch. Watch! And he goes down. So the mother watches him. That's the difference between look and watch. You look at something which is usually inanimate. I'm looking at the camera. It's impossible for me to watch the camera because the camera is not dancing. If you go to a museum, it's impossible to watch Goya or Velázquez in the Prado Museum. But I'll come back with more of this tomorrow.